We've got two beautiful B-pillars sorted, and we're going to now look at hopefully getting these attached to the brand new floor frame. So let's start sorting them back out, shall we? Here's one I made earlier. I put a support bracing on the B-pillars because obviously everything was flopping around. It still is. The back end's on a trolley jack and you can move the whole back end left and right. So yeah, there's a lot of flop going on up there. And there's more flop going on at the front because the A-pillars are completely in the wrong place and none of the doors closed. So I've gone online, got the outer to outer B-pillar measurements for Model A in this year. Got that and then welded a brace in. So I know full well that this brace is right in front of here, right at the front of there. So that bit's basically as square as it's going to be and it's got the correct measurements. So the next kind of thing is to get these B-pillars attached to the new floor rail. Now the floor rail is slightly bigger, obviously, so I've got to kind of chamfer cut in and we're going to have to try and like just finesse it so we can slowly drop it down to match the old floor line level, which there's still a bit of the remnants of the steel going backwards. So I know that's the level it's got to go at, and obviously I can use the A-pillars at the front to roughly judge where that is. So I've notched out the lower section of the B-pillar to then be able to get this frame down. I made the frame in and I've given them a juicy tack on each of the bottoms of the B-pillar. And now it's kind of time to sort out the A-pillars. Now, I've obviously done the clamping again, clamped the door up square, and it's nearly ready for the A-pillar to be welded. However, the issue is I can't just weld it straight away because then the other side might be wrong. So I need to get around the other side with the clamps, clamp that door up square as well, and then work out centrally where these A-pillars are. Time to do the other side. Right, so let's undo the clamps. So we're all tacked up and the eagle-eyed of you will spot that I'm back on some wooden original mounts. Now these aren't going to be the mounts I'm going to use, and they were the ones that came off it, but I'm going to make some out of polyurethane. However, by lifting it onto these I can roughly see now where I need to make any bulges in the floor pan to clear things, but in all honesty I don't. For the time being, because I've done these, I want to kind of finish them because it makes sense to kind of get the A and B pillars completely finished. So I need to finish off this spot weld here and do a full seam weld all the way around with a MIG and drop another line down the back and exactly the same on the other side. And then I need to fit these finishing panels. Oh yeah! So we've got all this epoxied and obviously the inside of this as well. So hopefully it's a case of just fitting it and welding in place. Let's go welding. Let's check the door. Oh yeah. So I had a weekend off, washed the clothes, not that you could tell, and kind of just relaxed to get away from this piece of poo that's behind me. Now, coming this morning, kind of happy with where I've got to be fair. So I've got work indoors, as you can see, happy with those. They work really well until I do the roof chop. And we've also got the framework in for between the A and B pillars, that's welded in. And obviously we've got the finishing bits here, which are obviously stitch welded. We're going to go to the back, and yeah, basically the plan on the back is to remove this panel and sell it, as you can see. Also to check out what the hell is going on just here, because these bottom corners have been done absolute gash. And obviously this bottom panel as well, because I'm going to lower this bottom panel because we're going to have some Bifter exhausts in there. Oh yeah. So where to start really, I don't know, because both inner fender, wheel arches, whatever you want to call them, are both kind of really badly welded. There's bits of rot in certain places, and the guys just put a patch panel over the top. But the patch panel is not even put in properly. There's massive holes, etc, etc. So it's not good. We've got to kind of work out what we're doing frame-wise and then what we're actually attaching to the frame. So I think it's going to be a case of building the frame, cutting out what I don't need, and then maybe making new kind of removing the brand new patch repair panels and just making my own kind of wheel wells. Maybe that's probably the most sensible idea. Something I need to address at this point in the video, because you're going to see rather a lot of this panhard bar, and I know there's a lot of kind of living room mechanics or engineers sat there going, "Oh, you've not engineered that bar properly, have you?" Is I know that this bar isn't finished, and I just need to address that point. So I needed to move the vehicle because of moving house. I needed to move it into storage, and then I needed to move it from storage to the new house. I needed to transport it and keep the kind of axle roughly centre for loading and unloading both ends. So I had to just use 2 rose joints temporarily, which does allow that this bar to then obviously rotate massively and sit on top of this 4-link bar. Now, I've engineered this purposely to have a bushing, a polyurethane bushing on one end, which will restrict kind of the twist movement. However, I've not made the bushing end at the minute. I'm just sat with 2 rose joints. So if you do see it on top of the panhard bar, it's not a problem. It's just not finished yet. So regardless where that is, you can ignore that. So let's address this little wobber on the back and get rid of this crap. again, hit another brick wall with this because of the absolute fucking knobhead that's fucking put this car together. So obviously my plan was drag this out, cut the bottoms of this completely out and basically make a perimeter frame. Can't do that. Simple reason, because when I've been down the back here trying to sort out these lash ups of fucking cab corners that they've done, the twat has just basically welded over a big fuck off load of rot. So rather than just cut the rot out and patch panels in like any normal fucking human being would do, they've just fucked it basically. So now if I cut the bottom out to do the panel, which is what I wanted to do, I've not really got any reference points. However, at the point being at the moment, that can still kind of sit where it needs to sit, and I know exactly where these corners have got to come to. So annoyingly, I've got to stop the job that I was doing to start a little bit of bodywork. And I really didn't want to have to be doing this, but it is what it is. So let's see what lives behind this, shall we? Horrendous. So the bloke that's done the restoration is absolute fucking moron. Look at that. We've got a MIG porcupine in there with loads of the old bit of the rear quarter, and again on the other side the same thing. So rather than just put in some nice patch corners but welded in, he's just welded straight over the top, and they've been on such a bad angle that then they've had to fill loads of filler in it. Now the whole thing's just shit. There's a problem with the rear quarters as well, so I don't know, like I've gone online and I'm going to go and pick up some new patch panels because there's a place up the road, about half-hour drive, where I should be able to get some from. So let's go and get some. Amazing shop. Guy was really nice, took me around his workshop. Obviously I didn't want to record in there because it's a bit rude, and obviously if things go missing or whatever, then yeah, I don't want to be kind of a part of that. So got rear quarter panels, absolutely buzzing, proper licensed product. So they are a bit dear, but they should fit pretty well. And same with the cowl patch panels, got a pair of those as well. So 180 something quid for those, which works out like less than 50 quid a panel. Can't go wrong really. So I will recommend it. O'Neill Vintage Ford in Colville. Again, really nice bloke. So on the way back now, I think I'm going to sack it for the day. I'm going to start on tomorrow with these patch panels, but yeah, let's go home.